Good evening everyone. Now we are going to start our next lecture. In this lecture we will discuss about structure of a Python program, or you can say basic elements of a Python programs or bare bones of a Python program. In last lecture we discussed about tokens and various types of tokens available in Python. Now we are going to discuss about the basic elements of a Python program. These are comments, expressions, statements, functions and block. Block is also known as suit. Now we are going to discuss all these one by one. Now very first, what we mean by comments. Comments are basically used for the documentation purpose, and there is no output corresponding to the comments that we use in our Python program or in any programming language. Comments are basically used to improve the readability of the program. Suppose someone else look at your program, then he or she can understand what part of your code doing what or which operation. Now there are basically two type of comments that we can use in Python. One is known as single line comment, one is known as multi-line comment. Single line comment means the comment that begins with in the same line and ends in the same line. When you will press the enter key, then the single line comment will be completed. It is basically started with a symbol that is hash. Multi-line comments, the comments which comprises of multiple lines of code, and these can be written with multiple hash symbols, or you can use triple quotes, and then we write our comment part, then we will close the triple quotes. Then this is also known as docstring in Python. Next is about expression. What we mean by expression? Expression is basically a combination of variable, operator and a constant, and which provides us a result or gives a certain value. Okay. Now next is about statement. Statement means an instruction of a program. Like a sentence in a paragraph, a statement is an instruction in a program. Now next is about functions. Function is a named collection of set of statements which performs a specific task, and whenever we are having a large or complex problem, then we divide the problem into subparts. These subparts are known as functions. These functions can be used any number of times as per the requirement of the user or the programmer. And there are basically three type of functions that we can use in a program of Python. One are functions defined in the standard library of the Python. It means whenever you will install Python in your program, then with the standard library of the Python, these functions are available to you and you can directly use these functions in your program. Some standard library functions are len, id function and print function, input function. All these are the predefined functions which are available in the standard library of the Python. And for some other functions you need to import the module. It means there are some functions which you can directly use in your program, and there are some functions for which you need to import a corresponding module. Suppose you want to use sqrt function which is available in math module. For that purpose, what you need to do, you need to first write an instruction import module, import math, and then you can use the math.sqrt function. Means sqrt is a function that is defined in math module in Python standard library. Okay. Now there is one main point about the user defined functions. The user defined functions are the third category of the functions which are defined by the user as per their need. It means whenever you need a task to be completed for which no predefined function is available, then you need to define your own function. But if you define your own function, then you need to call it also. It means for a user defined functions, the statement that will execute when the function will be called will be written by the programmer, and programmer itself will invoke that function. But for the functions which are defined in module or already available in the standard library of the Python, you can directly use these in your program, and there is no need to write the code because their code is already written in the standard library or in the module in which the corresponding function lies. Now our next type of, or you can say next element of a Python program is block. Block is mainly the set of statements corresponding to a particular header. It means these are the statements or instructions which are indented at a particular level and they belongs to a header or main section. We will see an example of that we have discussed till now, and then we will proceed. Now look at the example which is available here. In the very first line we write hash my first Python program. This instruction begins with the symbol hash, so it is a command. It is basically used for the readability purpose and there is no output corresponding to that. Then we write import math. It is the instruction that is written by us to import the contents of math module in our program. Thereafter what we are going to do, we are defining a function. A function definition begins with the keyword def. Then we write a valid identifier. We write the name as hello. In a function may or may not contain parameters, that we will discuss later what we mean by parameters. Then colon sign. Now print. It means this print statement will execute when the function hello will be called. So this print statement is in the part of hello section, or it is a block or a suit. Then we write a is equal to input, enter the value of a, the value of b is 2. Then we use a if statement in Python. If a percentage b is equal to 0, percentage operator returns the remainder. If the remainder is equal to 0, then print a is even, else it will print a is odd. It means it is a program to check whether a number entered by the user is even or odd. Thereafter it will print square root of 25, and then we are going to call hello function. A calling is also known as invoking a function. So when we will execute this program, then what will happen? First line will be ignored because it is a command. Then we include the contents of import maths in our program. Then a definition part of a function come. Now this function's body will be skipped because this will execute when the function will be called. So very first statement that will execute, it will ask for me to enter the value of a. Suppose I enter 4. Now the value of b is 2. So 4 percentage 2 means 0. 0 is equal to 0. It means my condition is true. If my condition is true, then a is even will be printed. Otherwise the block of else will execute that a is odd. Thereafter square root of 25 will be 5. It will be printed with this statement that is written by us, print math.sqrt bracket 25. Math is a module in which sqrt function is available, which is providing us the square root of the value 25, that is 5. Then we are calling the function hello and it will execute welcome to Python on the screen. Okay, so I don't think so you have any doubt now. So we write a percentage b is equal to 0. It is basically an expression because it will return a certain value. Okay, the first line is our comment. This is our definition of function. This is, in this section we are calling a function which is available in the module. So I don't think so you have any doubt now. If you have any doubt, then you can ask me anytime for that also. Now we are going to start our next topic, that is about variables and assignment. Variable is a word that is derived from vary plus able. Vary means badalna, able means layak. An entity which is able to differ is known as variable. But there is difference in the actual implementation of variable or the concept of variable in Python or in other languages like C and C++. So let us see what is the basic difference. in Python, when we write any instruction, suppose I write x is equal to, sorry, I write x is equal to 10, then it means in the memory somewhere 10 is stored and x is a label that is pointing to that location. It is the concept of Python. But in other languages like C and C++, what will happen if you write x is equal to 10, then there is a block in memory, 10 value is stored here and x is the label to that particular location. It means x is the name of the location, but here x is the label which is pointing to the location where 10 is saved. Okay. Now in this example, what is written? Age is equal to 17. That means it means age is a label which is pointing to a memory location where 17 is saved, and this 70 will have some location, means a memory location in the memory. Suppose in the program what I write, age is equal to 17, and when I will write age and press enter, then it will print 17 on the screen because value of age is 17. If I write id bracket age, id is basically a predefined function in the standard library of Python which returns us the id, or you can say location of the value that is saved in the memory. Now our next topic is about dynamic typing. Type means data type. Dynamic typing means if you are using a variable in your program, then and it is having certain value, then at later stage or at any time in your program, what you can do, you can change the data type of the value that the variable is containing. It means suppose I write x is equal to 10, then it means x is a label which is pointing to a location where 10 is saved, isn't it? And 10 is a value of type integer. But suppose later on I write x is equal to abc, I write x is equal to abc, then what will happen? Instead of having a link to the 10, x will point to a memory location where abc is saved, and abc is a string. So dynamic typing means a variable in Python can point to value of any data type available in Python, because whenever we use a variable in program, then we never specifies the data type using simple variables. But if you are creating array, then you can also specify the data type also. Okay, so this concept is known as dynamic typing in Python. Now here you can see the same example, x is equal to 10, x is a label pointing to a location where 10 is saved, then we write x is equal to hello. Now the link with 10 is discontinued and x is pointing to a location where hello is saved. In C++ or C, we use the concept of static typing also. It means whenever we create a variable, then we also define its data type, so the variable can hold value of that particular type only. But it is not case in Python. Python supports the concept of dynamic typing. I hope you understand. Now we can assign same value to different variables using assignment operator. I write x is equal to y is equal to z is equal to 50. It means x, y, z both will point to the memory location where value 50 is saved. It means there are three labels x, y, z, and they are pointing to the memory location where value 50 is saved. Now what we want to do, we want to assign different values to different variables. For that, what we write x comma y is equal to 10 comma 20. It means x will point to memory location where value 10 is saved, and y is a label that is pointing to the location where 20 is saved. Okay. Now our next topic is simple input and output. You know, computer is a electronic device and it can perform the task if certain input is provided by the user. And if we want to provide input at the time of execution in Python program, then we use a predefined function that is known as input function. Input function is a predefined function that is available in the standard library of Python that allows us to enter the value at the time of execution, and by default it returns a value of type string. It is one of the main point that you always remember. And here what we do, we write a statement a is equal to input enter value of a, and we suppose we write value as 10, and you know 10 is an integer. In next statement we write a plus 10, then it will show you error that a string cannot be added with a integer because we cannot perform addition operation with one string and another is a number. So we need to have the same type, same type of values. Now our next statement is print statement. Print statement is basically used to display results on the screen. The syntax of print statement is print asterisk object, means whatever you want to print, either you can print the value of a variable or you can print a string. Separator, its by default value is space or you can say white space, and is equal to backslash and new line. We can also change all these values as per our requirement. In our next topic we are going to discuss about data types, that we will discuss in our next lecture. Today I am going to give you a brief introduction about the data type, and then we will see with some examples that we have discussed today of the concept like structure of a Python program, variables and assignment. We will look with the help of certain screenshots of the Python shell. So what we mean by data type? Data type specifies type of value an object may contain and operations allowed on that. Data type specifies type of value an object may contain and operations allowed on that. Suppose I write int is the data type. You all know int are the positive negative number without any decimal point, and we can perform certain operations, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division on that. So in Python we categorize the data types in 4 categories. These are numeric, none, sequence and mappings. Numeric are the data types on which we can perform basic mathematical operations. These are integer, float and complex number. In integer there is a subcategory that is boolean. None is a special data type which specifies absence of a value. Sequence, in sequence we will discuss about string, list, tuple and sets, and in mappings we will discuss about dictionaries. From all these data types, only list and dictionary are mutable data type. All other are the immutable data types. Mutable means we can modify the value in the same place, and all other data types are immutable data types in Python. Okay, now let us have some examples. Now we are having some screenshots of Python shell in which we write certain instructions. Very first instruction that is written by us is age is equal to 17. It means 17 value is stored at somewhere, and age is a variable which is pointing to that location. We write age, then it prints 17. If I write id of age, then it specifies the identification or location of age in the memory. Then I write x is equal to 10. It means 10 is the value that is saved at a location and x is a label pointing to that location. I write x, it will print value of x. Then I write x is equal to hello. Now I write x, then it is printing hello. It is concept of dynamic typing. Dynamic typing means a variable of one type can hold value of any data type available in Python. Next we write x comma y is equal to 20 comma 30. It means we are assigning different values to different variables. In this case, first value will be assigned to first variable on the left hand side, second value will be assigned to the second variable on the left hand side of the assignment operator. X will have value 20 and y will have value 30 as per our this example. Now here what we are doing, we are providing input with the help of input function available in Python. We write x is equal to input enter value of a, then we write value as 13. According to us 13 is a integer or numeric value. Then we write a plus 7. It shows error, string cannot be added to integer. It means if we want to perform addition operation, then both values must be of same type, either numeric type or string type, then we can perform that operation. If you are having two strings and you are using plus operation, then this concept is known as string concatenation. And here we specify the type of A, that is string. That I have already told you that whenever we enter value at the time of execution with the help of input operator, then by default it accepts or returns the value of type string only. And if you want to convert value to corresponding data type, then you need to also specify that. In that case, what I need to write, I should write A is equal to int input enter value of A. It means whatever is the value that is entered by the user is converted into integer. So thank you, and remaining we will discuss in the next lecture. Goodbye.